Hello fellow After Effects users, and welcome to a very exciting and short After Effects quick tip. What if you could link the in and out points of a layer to the opacity control of said layer, such that the layer fades in and out wherever the in and out points of the layer may be? Intriguing. Let's get started. With After Effects open, I'll create a new composition. Standard 1080p is fine, 10 seconds, click OK. Next, I'll create a new text layer, but really any layer will work with this. You can type whatever you want in here, I'll type awesome. With the layer selected, I'll tap T on the keyboard to bring up the layer opacity. To accomplish this effect, we'll need to use an expression. Hold Alt or Option on a Mac, and click on the stopwatch to enter an expression. Here's the expression. Now I'll trim the layer in and out points, and see there, the layer fades in and out without any keyframes. Amazing, right? Now let's briefly walk through what is actually happening in this expression. The first line is for the fade duration. The variable x represents how long you want the fade in and fade out to take, going from 0 to 100% visible. Very important to remember here, this is in seconds. I don't know about anyone else, but I like to work in frames. In this case, I want the fade in and out to take 20 frames to complete. I have 20 here, and I divide that by the project frame rate. In this case, exactly 29.97. This will calculate out to roughly 0.667 seconds. Perfect. The next two lines represent the actual fade in and fade out. The variable fade in is set to the value resulting from the ease expression. Note the linear expression can also be used here. So what does the ease expression do? As time progresses from the layer inPoint to the layer inPoint+x, in this case 0.667, the variable fadeIN will ramp from 0 to 100 using the standard easy ease curve. If you use the linear expression here, it would be a straight linear increase. The variable fadeOUT is set to an almost identical expression to fadeIN, but with a few key differences. We use outPoint instead of inPoint, since we need the layer outPoint here. We subtract from the outPoint because we want the fade out to start 20 frames before the layer's outPoint. And finally, we want the layer opacity to go from 100 down to 0, thus fading out. The fourth and final line essentially links the previous two lines together and outputs a single value for the opacity property. In this case, we're using the Math.min function, which takes the lowest or minimum value amongst the input variables, in this case 2. Let's pull up values for each of these to better understand what is happening here. At the beginning, fade in is 0 and fade out is 100, so the lowest value between the two is 0. As it ramps up to 100, fade in is still the lowest value, less than 100. So that value is sent out. When both are 100, there is no minimum, so it just outputs 100. And then the reverse happens as fade out becomes less than fade in, which stays at 100. Thus you have a smooth ramp in and out for the layer's opacity. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thanks for watching.